All right, got some gas. Thought of another thought. Not a lot going on today, so. What's the difference between a farmer and a greenskeeper or landscaping? Well, a farmer, they want to be in control, especially, we want a clean slate. We want to kill everything, start over, blank slate. So the tangent I'm trying to get here is if you're a greenskeeper, you got to do all your work and keep things living because people are going to be playing your golf course all the time. Same thing with a landscaper. So you just got to let live. It's all about matchups. And I really love this time of year on my golf course because my crabgrass starts dying and the old thatch layer is coming up. And that actually happens at Augusta National every year. It is a thatch layer of Bermuda, and they're just growing annual ryegrass or perennial ryegrass, whatever's really green there, just in time and space. They're seeding it the previous fall. They get it thick. It's at its cornucopia in April, and they can mow it nice, and then it dies. They let it die, and that's what you're seeing here. There's several grass species here. I got a new fairway mower so I can mow it tight, and it's a little bit too low for tall fescue. So in that voided space, you got this crabgrass that's now dying, but look, this is taking and eating its lunch now. What's really neat is when you get in an area of bent grass, it controls that space at that height. There's plenty of density here. So here's the tangent I'm making with relay cropping is you've got to find this spectrum and let live. We have this farming mindset of we need blank tillage or we need cover crops, crimp them. How can we cohabitate, let them live? We got to figure out the spectrum of light and not have it too much of a dickhead where it takes over. And that's where we really struggle when we're trying to explain these systems. They rub that puppy's nose into piss and say, what did your cereal make? I didn't have much in it, and it's doing jobs. That's the thing here, is even though this crabgrass is spotty, we didn't spend the money on treatment, it's going to die. There's no need, coming out here in the summer and spending a shit ton of cash. It's going to naturally die in September as the days get shorter and cooler, and that'll eat its lunch. So we can do that with the cereal. There's no need spraying it, terminating it. There's some systems that say, okay, if it rains a lot, it's good. If it's dry, terminate it. Figure out a spectrum where we roll back our needs enough to where even if it's dry, the other crop actually roots down deeper and it's actually better containing the rain. I hope that made sense to you. But you've got to figure out, I think, we're going to start integrating perennials and strips. Maybe it's Kernza. I think we're going to figure out just this perpetual motion and reducing all the costs. What do you think, Bogey? We got to get them gnats figured out. Got some pecker gnats going on. All right, back at it. See you guys. Well, talk a little bit about my green. What's really interesting here, I made them bigger, so I actually increased the size of them about 4 feet last year, and they look like dog shit. And I actually tore them up quite a bit and threw biochar in there, and they look pretty good now. As I got up here, I started cutting into this tall fescue, which hates the putting green mower, and it's actually starting to die. And just same thing with the other crop eating its lunch. The bent grass really likes this better, so it's filling in. It actually, I could shave that tall fescue till about the first week of July, and it started dying, so you got these thinned out spots. But the fall is really the opportunity as we start losing all of our heat. We can put AMS out here, thicken it up. My goal is always to have a perfect golf course going into the winter. That's when I really play a lot more out here. And then it greens up quicker in the spring. Get a month or two of play before we get busy in the fields, but that's what we're doing. All right, see ya.